Hey guys, Razor here from Razor's Edge. Time to get serious. So something's really been bothering me. I started doing game development back in actually the 80s in what was called MUDs. And they were basically text-based MMOs where there were no graphics. You had to use your imagination. Then games like Ultima Online came out. Then I started working on a project with Red Eye on EverQuest. That's back when MMOs were new. I mean, everything you looked at was fantastic. And this really does have a point, and I'm going to get there. But I got to take you through the progression of things. So, very few of these studios are releasing multiplayer games, the big studios. They typically will, and it's kind of frustrating, they'll release an MMO, they'll milk all of the pre-sales they can out of the initial release, and then, a year or two later, they'll take it to free to play, pay to play. And I mean, it's really just about generating more revenue. And so that brings me to the present, because I mean, to be honest, if you can't earn it legitimately in game, and the only way you can be successful in a MMO is to buy content, that's not fun to me. I'm not going to dump a ton of money into a title that, quite frankly, eventually I'm going to burn out on and not play anymore. And, it's just, it takes away the fun of all the new content, new genres. We really don't have anything new. So when I first saw the green light program on Steam and a lot of Kickstarters, I thought that was going to be great. Great idea. Indie developers, not a lot of money, low budget. Maybe a couple coders, a graphic designer, if that. Some of these teams are just one developer, and they're able to come up with new ideas, new spin-offs, new systems with, little to no funding with engines like Unity and Torque 3D, and a lot of the asset stores. So it's really given us a chance to, see a lot of new content, new systems that are exciting. But then there came the problem, and I see it getting worse all the time, is that it's being taken advantage of. So you get these companies or these individuals that'll come out, they'll release a product, it's half finished, and they deem it early access, and they pretty much shelter themselves under the early access title to release with little to no content. I really don't know how many I've bought, but they'll and we all know it's abandonware, and they get their money and they run. And I'm not naming titles or names. It's not really worth it. But what I do want you guys to know, there are legitimate still developers out there that truly have the spirit of what I thought greenlight programs were for. And that's just what I said. New developers, new designers, not a lot of funding to go out and create something new for you to play, not milk you with, pay to play and all this other crap that these game developers are throwing in. They're affordable, low price. They don't increase their prices on their release, some of them. And you're getting to play some really neat games. So the point of this is that when you get involved in these early access, take with a grain of salt that they're not abandonware, that these guys are truly working hard. You can't code a system in a day. It's not possible. You can put 10 systems in, and one system in the next day and break all 10 systems you already put in. Without a team to vet out issues and bugs, you are literally at the mercy of the community to help you find those bugs, and the developer has a chance to work them out. So I honestly encourage everybody watching this video, when you do get involved in a community with an early access game, support the developer, give them encouragement, because if you come in and you bash the game, negative review it, lower their sales, which by the way, they're actually using the sales of the game to add more content to the game. They started the game with little to nothing. When you put that thumbs down, just understand what you're actually doing. You're cutting into a potential release that's something never seen before. And you're doing it by basically trashing their game before it even has a chance to get a start. So, I've seen so many titles that I've been excited for, but the devs just completely burned out because of people with quick reaction. And they're not just kids, it's everybody. And, I found myself really quick to say, this is a piece of crap, but resisted, didn't say a word, got into the community, and I've actually witnessed some fantastic titles. Kenshi, that's one title. Kenshi is a fabulous game. It's been in development for I don't know how long now, maybe 5 years, but it's just fantastic to play. Had it not been for the strength of the community, the positive feedback, that game never would have succeeded. So just keep that in mind when you go and you review or you make comments in the general forums on their game that, hey, you suck, this doesn't work, it's broken. It's early access. I mean, games literally it took 4 years to develop EverQuest. When it came out, it was unplayable. Nobody could move. Ultima Online, same thing. It was literally so packed because the concept was so new, nobody could do anything. So they had to invent new ways, load balancing and load distribution in the login authentication servers. And maybe some of this makes no sense to you, but it's stuff that has to be done. It's stuff that had never been done because nobody, even with all the stress testing that was done, can predict how the engine is going to handle and all the back-end systems when you load that server up at release. So just keep that in mind. Keep the coding in mind. Keep the fact that it takes time to get these projects off the ground. It takes time to work on them. Every little system can completely impact the entire game, causing the developer to go back to the drawing board. I mean, it's very frustrating. And the negative feedback that you provide is not helpful. It's not going to help anyone. It's, if your intention is just to start a rant and troll a forum, then you probably need to go find another title and get your refund. So, I mean, that's really all I wanted to talk about, because it's really been bothering me, not just with titles I'm involved in now, but several titles that are out there. So take that little piece of advice, get a chance, meet the community, talk with people, ask some questions before you give it a bad review or start a rant in the forum, and start getting all the community that's actually in there every day asking questions, helping the other players, new players coming in, how to get started in the game. Because the tutorials, things like that, helpful guides, most of those are being done by players. Especially the guides, the streamers, the YouTube streamers are out there. They're doing gameplay so you can actually learn how to play the game in early access while they continue to work on the title. So that's all I want to say, and I really thank the streamers. I thank you guys that are out there writing those guides, those playthrough guides. That's time-consuming, screenshots. You're the heroes. You are the unsung heroes, because nobody, really cares. They just look at it. They don't thumb. They don't give you credit. But honestly, know you are helping that developer, whether you know it or not. And continue to support the community. And then the last piece is, the worst thing you can do when you do get a troll in your forum, don't feed them. You don't feed a troll. When somebody and don't lock them out, don't kick just ignore them. They are only trying to get your goat, and they're not going to stop. If you ignore a troll goes away. So I'm going to leave you with that piece of information. As an old gamer, I've been around for a long time as a wannabe coder, graphic designer. I've been a graphic designer for going on 25 years, 20 at least. And, take that with what it's worth. And I'm going to end this video here. And again, this is Razor from Razor's Edge. I hope you take away some type of a message from this video. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you.
Break.